money that they would have given me.
Oh, sorry, Holmes.
No. You couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, I was afraid you were engaged.
I am, very much so. Dr. Watson shares my love of all that is bizarre and outside the routine of everyday existence. It is at present impossible to say whether this case is an instance of crime or no. But suffice it to say that I know as little about Mr. Jabez Wilson as you do yourself, beyond the obvious facts. That he has done manual labor at some time, that he takes snuff, that he has been to China, and that he has done a considerable amount of writing lately.
How in the name of good fortune did you know all that, Mr. Holmes? True as gospel, I once did manual labor. I started off as a ship's carpenter.
Your hands, my good sir. The muscles of your right hand are more developed than the left.
And the writing?
What else could be indicated by the right cuff so very shiny for 5 inches?
And the left sleeve with the smooth patch near the elbow where you lean it on the desk. But China?
The fish, tattooed immediately above his right wrist. I have made a small study of tattoo marks, Mr. Wilson. and have even contributed to the literature of the subject. That trick of staining the fish scales a delicate pink is quite peculiar to China. When, in addition, I see a Chinese coin hanging from his watch chain, the matter becomes even more simple.
Oh, never. I thought at first it was something clever, but now I see there's nothing in it after all. Oh.
Now, I begin to think that my reputation, such as it is, will suffer shipwreck if I'm so candid. Omne ignotum pro magnifico.
Everything becomes commonplace by explanation.
Watson, that is a very loose translation. Oh, please, show the doctor that advertisement.
Oh, there. You can read it for yourself, sir.
To the red-headed League. On account of the bequest of the late Ezekiah Hopkins of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, USA, there is a vacancy open which entitles a member of the League to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. All red-headed men, sound in body and mind, and above the age of 21 are eligible. Apply in person on Monday at 11 o'clock to Mr. Duncan Ross at the offices of the League, 7 Pope's Court, Fleet Street. Is this serious?
It is a little off the beaten track, eh, Watson? Oh, would you make a note of the paper and the date?
Evening Standard of Saturday the 27th of April, 2 months ago.
Do try the city. Now, Mr. Wilson, off you go at scratch and tell us all about yourself.
Oh, well, gentlemen, I have a small pawnbroking business in Saxe-Coburg Street, near the city. It's not a very large affair, it just gives me a living. I used to keep 2 assistants, but now I just keep the one. And to tell you the truth, I'd have a job to make it pay, but that he's willing to come at half wages so as to learn the business. About 2 months ago...
What is the name of this obliging youth?
Vincent. Vincent Spaulding. Oh, and he's not such a youth either, Mr. Holmes. He's difficult to say his age, but I couldn't wish for a smarter assistant.
You seem most remarkably fortunate in having an employee who comes under the market price. I don't know that your assistant is not as remarkable as your advertisement.
Oh, but he does have his faults. And never was there such a fellow for photography, always snapping away with his camera when he should be improving his mind, and then diving down into the cellar to develop the wretched thing. Still, on the whole, he's a good worker and no vice in him. It was he who first showed me the advertisement.
I wish to the Lord I was a red-headed man, Mr. Wilson.
Why's that?
Well, there's another vacancy in the League of Red-Headed Men.
I've never heard of it.
Well, I'd wonder at that. You being so eligible yourself. Nice money, too. A couple of $100 a year. And the work's slight.
There'd be thousands of red-headed men apply.
Oh, well, I doubt that, sir. What, not with such a fine, fiery colour as you are blessed with, Mr. Wilson? But then I suppose it's hardly worth your while to put yourself out of the way for the sake of a few £100. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm very much of a stay-at-home sort of person. Sometimes weeks on end without putting my foot over the doormat. But this, it looked interesting. I was intrigued. And young Vincent said he'd come with me. So, on Monday morning, we shut up the shop and off we went. Now, Vincent, let's go back. I can't abide a crowd.
Courage, Mr. Wilson. We're so near and so much at stake. Now, you pull your collar up.
Hello, Jimmy.
And come along with me.
What's the job all about then? Oh, waste of time, isn't it, mate? It wasn't in there 2 minutes.
This morning, mate.
Oi! 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 A little less noise, please, gentlemen.
Hey, Governor, play the white man.
Here! What's your game?
Come on,
Hey, get out of it! Hey, get out! Right, off you go. You're next. Get in. Wait, where are you going? Straight this way out. Come on.
This is Mr. Wilson.
Right, in you go, Mr. Wilson.
Good night, sir.
Admirably suited. Every requirement. Very fine. Congratulations, Mr. Wilson. It would be injustice to hesitate. You will, I'm sure, excuse me if I take an obvious precaution. Tears in your eyes. I perceive all is as it should be. We have to be careful. Twice deceived by wigs, once by paint. I could tell you tales of cobbler's wax that would disgust you with human nature. My name is Duncan Ross. I am myself a pensioner upon the fund left by a noble benefactor. Ah, I see you're about to question me about Mr. Ezekiah Hopkins. He was himself red-headed. In his youth, he left London for America, where he made many millions of dollars. On his death, it was found, he had instructed the trustees in his will to make life a little easier for the red-headed men in the time of his birth. Wonderful colouring. Now, what's your full name, Mr. Wilson?
Jabez Wilson.
Jabez Wilson. And are you a married man, Mr. Wilson? Do you have a family?
No, I'm a widower. No, I never had any family.
Oh, dear. Sad to hear you say that. The fund, of course, was for the propagation and spread of red-headed men, as well as for their maintenance. In another case, the objection might be fatal. However, I think we've got to stretch a point in favour of a man with such a head of hair as yours. The vacancy has been filled. Now, when would you be free to start upon your new duties?
Oh, well, it is rather awkward, as I do have a business already. What would be the hours?
10 till 2.
Well, the mornings are quiet. Now, I do have an assistant. Yes, that would suit me very well. And the money mentioned, £4 a week.
Correct.
And the work?
Purely nominal.
Yes, well, what do you call purely nominal?
Well, you have to stay in the office, or at least in the building the whole time. If you leave, you forfeit your whole position forever. The will is quite clear on that point.
Oh, I shouldn't dream of leaving.
No excuse will avail, neither sickness, business, nor anything else. Here you will remain, or else lose your billet.
Oh, no, I am quite clear on that point, but what exactly is the work?
It is to copy out the Encyclopedia Britannica. There is the first volume. You will supply the ink, paper, and pen. We will supply this desk and chair. Now, would you be free to start next Monday morning?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Then, once again, my congratulations, Mr. Jabez Wilson, on the most important position you've been fortunate enough to gain. Wonderful head of hair. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson.
Well done, Mr. Wilson. Well done indeed.
This is the quickest way out, sir.
Oh, no. This way.
When I got home, the whole thing seemed, on reflection, to be quite ridiculous.
Quite. Who would make such an extraordinary will?
Not a very generous millionaire to make you buy your own pen, ink, and paper.
Well, exactly, Mr. Holmes. I soon persuaded myself it was some great hoax or fraud. Then when Monday morning came along, it did seem stupid to turn down a good job, so, off I went and bought a penny bottle of ink and a pen and 7 sheets of foolscap paper, and I set off for Pope's Court.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson, and welcome on this tour of air.
Well, to my surprise and delight, everything was as right as possible. The table was set out ready for me, and Mr. Duncan Ross was there to see I got fairly to work. My employment had truly begun. The schedule never varied. My work started at 10 o'clock and ended at 2 o'clock, with a small break for my lunch at 12:30. Every Saturday at 2 o'clock, Mr. Ross would come in and give me my money,
I see.
compliment me upon the amount that I'd written, and then we'd both leave. Mr. Ross locking the door after me. Artichokes, I find, were simply fascinating, you know. They have a kind of bloom on them. But Hannibal, I've also thought was A, but it was H after all. I thought that was very interesting.
Good morning.
Oh, the work was very interesting. Abacus, abbey, architecture, Acts of the Apostles, adulteration, anatomy, apes, aqueducts. After 8 weeks, I'd fairly dealt with the letter A and was hoping with diligence to get on to B, when suddenly this morning the whole business came to an end. I went to my work as usual, but the door was shut and locked with a little square of cardboard hammered onto the middle panel. Oh, excuse me. Have you seen Mr. Duncan Ross this morning?
Ross? Ross? Never heard of a gentleman of that name, sir. And my memory's good. It's very good. It's infallible for names.
Ah, the gentleman at number 7.
Ah, the gentleman who is red-headed.
Yes,
yes. Gone.
Gone?
Mr. William Morris, a solicitor using my room as a temporary convenience until his new premises were ready. Moved out yesterday. Paid in full. Doesn't owe a penny.
William Morris, where can I find him?
At his new offices. William Morris. 17 King Edward Street. Near St. Paul's.
Oh, thank you. I don't see there's anything very funny about it. If all you can do is laugh at me, well, I can go elsewhere.
No, Mr. Wilson, please sit down. I wouldn't miss this case for the world. It is most refreshingly unusual.
I was so incensed at the fraudulent deceit that I came straight to you, sir. Having heard of your great reputation for helping poor people in distress.
Oh, Mr. Wilson, forgive me.
You know, Mr. Wilson, I really don't think that you've got any great grievance against this extraordinary league. On the contrary, you've been very well paid, to say nothing of the detailed knowledge which you've acquired on every subject under the letter A.
Yes, but what's the object of them playing this prank on me? That's what I want to know.
This assistant of yours, how long has he been with you?
Well, about 3 months.
How did he come?
With the answer to an advertisement.
Was he the only applicant?
No, I had 12 others.
Why did you pick him?
Well, he was handy and would come cheap.
At half wages, in fact.
Yes.
What's he like? This Vincent Spaulding?
Oh, well, he's tall, he's slightly built. He's very quick in his ways. He's got no hair on his face. He's got a white splash of acid on his forehead.
Have you ever observed whether his ears have been pierced for earrings?
Yes. Yeah, he told me a gypsy had done it for him when he was a lad. Yes.
He is still with you?
Yes. Yeah, I would have just left him.
Mr. Wilson. You will be at your shop if I should need you.
Well, I had thought of shutting up shop at dinner time today because Vincent had suggested I spend the rest of the weekend with my sister in Barking. This whole business has upset my nerves very much.
Well, you enjoy a restful weekend in Bath.
Today is Saturday. By Monday, we should have a conclusion for you.
In the matter of your fee.
Don't worry about that. I believe it will be paid for by another.
Good day to you, Mr. Wilson.
What do you make of it all, Watson?
I make nothing of it. It's a most mysterious business.
And yet there are graver issues hanging from this affair than at first sight appear.
What are you going to do?
To smoke. It is quite a three-pipe problem. And I beg that you won't speak to me for 50 minutes.
The business of the Red-Headed League is concluded, sir.
Satisfactorily, I trust.
Most satisfactorily, Professor. I'm pleased to report. Good.
Come, Watson. Excuse me. Can you tell me the way to the Strand from here?
Third right, fourth left.
Thank you.
Holmes? Holmes, I could have told you that.
No doubt, Watson.
What is it? And why did you beat the pavement with your stick?
Watson, we are spies in an enemy's territory. Hobby of mine to have an exact knowledge of London now. There is Mortimer's, the tobacconist,
The little newspaper shop, Coburg branch of the City and Suburban Bank.
McFarlane's carriage building depot, and the vegetarian restaurant around the corner. Watson, commit to memory. It is just possible that we're being observed. A considerable crime is in contemplation. Today, being Saturday, somewhat complicates matters. But now, Doctor, our work is done. It is time we had some play. Sarasate is playing at the St. James's Hall this afternoon.
A sandwich and a cup of coffee.
And then off to Violin Land, where all is sweetness, delicacy, and harmony.
And no red-headed clients to vex us with their conundrums. All the afternoon, he sat in the stalls, wrapped in the most perfect happiness, while his gently smiling face and his languid, dreamy eyes were as unlike those of Holmes the sleuth-hound as it was possible to conceive. When I saw him, so enwrapped in the music, I felt that an evil time might be coming upon those whom he had set himself to hunt down.
Excellent, Watson. You have a future as a cartographer. That'll be Thelmy Jones. I thought it was as well to have someone from Scotland Yard with us. He's an absolute imbecile at his profession, but he does have the tenacity of a lobster when he gets his claws into someone. Good evening, Jones.
So, we're working in couples again, Mr. Holmes. Our friend here is a wonderful man for starting the chase. All he needs is an old dog to help him do the running down.
Mr. Merriweather, my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
How do you do, sir? Only hope a wild goose may not prove to be the end of our chase. I'm not personally in favor of amateur criminal investigators.
You may place considerable confidence in Mr. Holmes.
No, if you say so, Mr. Jones.
Well, he has his own little methods, which, if he won't mind me saying so, are a little theoretical and fantastic. But he has the makings of a detective in him.
But I do say, as I've said before, the Coburg branch of the bank is as well secured as any building in London. There is no possibility that it could be broken into. Even the insurance assessors agree on that point.
And you, sir, should know, being not only the resident manager, but also the director.
I should know, and I do know. And what is more, this is the first time for 27 years that I've missed my Saturday night of whist at my club.
Oh, dear.
And I find myself extremely inconvenienced.
I think that you will find the game tonight much more exciting, and the stake will be for many, many thousands of pounds.
And what will my reward be, Mr. Holmes?
A young man called Clay.
John Clay? Oh, how I'd like to get my hands on that devil.
You shall.
This young fella's a gentleman, as Mr. Holmes says, but he's turned against his class. He's as cunning as the devil, slippery as an eel, and he's turned crib-cracking and forgery into a fine art.
His grandfather was a royal duke, and he himself was educated at Eton and Oxford. So, Watson, bring the gun. Come, gentlemen. Our cab is below.
There are only 2 keys to the vault. I have one. The chairman holds the other in his personal safe.
Well, you are certainly not vulnerable from above.
Nor from below.
Mr. Merriweather, may I ask you to be a little more quiet? Might I get you to sit on one of those boxes and not to interfere?
There is no way in which a thief could break into this bank.
Is it a special reason why a thief should want to break into this bank?
Nothing particularly...
Something in the past few months? Something that you have concealed from us?
The information I have is confidential, known only to the directors of the bank. It is not to be divulged to members of the public. Not even amateur detectives.
Private consulting detective, Mr. Merriweather. Unique in the annals of crime, I believe. Isn't that so, Inspector?
Yes, Doctor. I advise you to cooperate with Mr. Holmes.
Especially as at this moment I am trying to save your skin and that of your fellow directors. So what is it?
Our French gold. We had occasion some months ago to strengthen our resources and borrowed for that purpose 60,000 napoleons from the Bank of France. Therefore, our reserve of bullion is much larger than is usual in such a branch of the bank.
Where is this gold?
The crates upon which Dr. Watson sits contain 30,000 napoleons wrapped between layers of lead foil.
May we see it?
Wouldn't you say, Jones?
I would indeed. This Clay's more of an amateur adventurer or spur-of-the-moment criminal. This long planning's not Clay's style at all, sir. Not at all.
Unless the pawn. A much larger game. Mr. Merriweather, someone has had access to information of the most confidential sort. Careful plans have been laid. A mastermind has been at work.
Are you suggesting that...
I'm suggesting that it bears all the hallmarks of Professor Moriarty's work.
Moriarty?
And who is this Moriarty?
We don't really know, sir. Well, that is, neither the police nor, I think, Mr. Sherlock Holmes here have ever set eyes on him. Yet his name echoes and re-echoes throughout the underworld.
It appears that he is a man of good birth and excellent education. But he has hereditary tendencies of the most diabolical kind. A criminal strain runs in his blood, which is increased and rendered infinitely more dangerous by his extraordinary mental powers. He is the organizer of half that is evil and nearly all that is undetected in this great city. He is never caught. His agent is caught, but the central power is never caught. Seldom even suspected. We shall not see the professor tonight. The only way for tonight's enemy to escape is through the pawnbrokers.
There's already an inspector and a constable at the doors.
We have only a few moments before us. Position. Would you be so kind as to put out this lamp?
And sit in the dark?
I'm afraid so. We cannot risk the presence of light. When I shine a light, close in swiftly. If they fire, I have no compunction about shooting them down.
Jump!
It's no good, John Clay. You have no chance at all.
So I see. Though I fancy my pal is all right.
At this moment, he is running into the welcoming arms of the police.
You seem to have done the thing very completely. I must compliment you.
And are you? I'm Sherlock Holmes, a private investigator.
I didn't for a moment suspect you of being a policeman, Mr. Holmes.
Come on, hold out. We're off at the Derbies.
I beg you to take your filthy hands off me. You may not be aware that I have royal blood in my veins. And be so kind as to say sir and please when you address me.
All right. Would you please, sir, mind marching upstairs where we'll get a cab to transport your highness to the police station?
That's better. Gentlemen.
Oh, one question, Mr. Clay. Am I right in thinking that Professor Moriarty was somewhere behind the idea of the Red-Headed League?
I suggest you keep that name off your lips, Mr. Holmes, if you value your future well-being.
Really, gentlemen, I don't know what to say. Please forgive me, Mr. Holmes, for ever doubting your outstanding, your brilliant qualities. There is no doubt you have detected and defeated in the most complete manner one of the boldest attempts at bank robbery that has ever come within my experience.
Mr. Merriweather, I have been at some small expense over this matter, which I shall expect the bank to refund.
Of course. Of course.
It won't do, you know. It won't do.
No, Professor. I'm sorry we failed you. Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes is a mere amateur in the field of detection. Still, he seems a clever man. Or a lucky one. And he has a positive talent for getting in my way.
Should he be removed?
It may be necessary. It would be disappointing. I find him interesting. I believe this is the third time he has incommoded me. If this continues, then certainly something will have to be done to encourage Mr. Holmes either to withdraw or stand clear. Thank you.
Morning, Constable.
Beg your pardon, Dr. Watson. This has all been too much for me. My clients respect me as a man of confidence, but where's the confidence left here? I'm utterly ruined.
Oh, cheer up, Mr. Wilson. You'll feel better when you've cleared up the mess.
Well, that's all very well.
And Mr. Holmes asked me to give you this. 50 sovereigns, with the compliments of the City and Suburban Bank.
Well, that's fair enough. Oh, Dr. Watson, this is more than acceptable. And my compliments to Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
And he sends the same to you, Mr. Wilson. And a word of advice. Next time you engage an assistant, pay him the proper wage. Good day to you. Holmes, I trust I am not more dense than my neighbours, and yet here I have seen what you have seen, heard what you have heard, and yet you have seen clearly not only what had happened, but what was about to happen, while to me the whole business was still confused and grotesque.
Mr. Watson, recollect. When I heard that the assistant had come for half wages, it was obvious that he had some motive for securing the situation.
Yes, but how did you know what his motive was?
Had there been a woman in the house, I would have suspected immediately some vulgar intrigue. But when I heard from Mr. Wilson about the acid stain and the pierced ears, I knew that Vincent Spaulding and John Clay were the same person. But why was Clay there?
The photography gave you the clue.
Exactly. The cellar. He was working on something in the cellar. Something which took many hours a day. For 2 months on end, he was tunneling. But where to? When I tapped my stick on the pavement in the street that day, I was ascertaining whether the tunnel stretched in front or behind the building. It was in front, towards the bank. Could you tell me the way to the Strand from here? I recognized Clay immediately and delayed him to have time to examine his knees. They spoke clearly of many hours of tunneling, no doubt linking up with the maze of sewers beneath Saxe-Coburg Square. When they closed the Red-Headed League offices, it was a sign they no longer cared about Jabez Wilson's presence. In other words, the tunnel was complete.
And that they would make the attempt on the Saturday was just a guess.
Wilson, you disappoint me. I never guess. Saturday is an excellent night for stealing bullion. It gives you a full day to escape.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Oh, you've reasoned it out beautifully, Holmes. It's so long a chain, and yet every link rings true.
It saved me from ennui. You know, sometimes I think that my whole life is spent in one long effort to escape from the commonplaces of existence.
No. You are a benefactor of the race, Holmes.
Well, maybe it is of some little use after all. L'homme c'est rien. L'œuvre c'est tout. As Gustave Flaubert wrote to George Sand.
Come here, lad.
What are you doing on my property?
Come to claim back what's rightfully mine, sir. That thieving young rascal made off with some horseshoes and a bag of nails from my smithy.
Where is your proof?
The proof is I'll find him there. Now, I don't want to be forced to call the police.
These people are guests of mine, but you are trespassing, Mr. Thorne.
I'm not frightened of you, Doctor.
Get off my land!
Please come back soon.
My dear, there is nothing whatever to worry about. We shall be married in a few weeks. I'm just on my way back to London. Goodbye, sir. And thank you for a most pleasant weekend. I mean to improve my game of chess before my next visit.
Yes, I see. You weren't an unworthy opponent.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just seeing Percy down to the gates, Father.
Here.
Drive on and wait for me by the gate, would you?
Walk on. The fellow is trespassing. He had a ducking, and that is all.
Father, I cannot believe that Thorne would deliberately...
Damn it, woman. Are you part of the conspiracy against me, too?
No, Father. I live here.
But not for much longer, eh? Once you marry that fellow Armitage... Yes, what is it?
Father, what has happened to my room?
The builder's found a fault in the structure. Better sleep in your sister's room till they've finished working on it.
Julia's room. I can't sleep in there.
Why not, pray?
I can't.
What is the matter? It's a perfectly good room. I've instructed the housekeeper to prepare it for you. Now run along your baggage and good night. long, Beauty. Good night. Good night, maybe.
I'm very sorry, Watson. But it seems to be the common lot this morning.
What?
Mrs. Hudson has been roused. She retorted on me and I on you.
But it's only 7:15. What is it, a fire?
No. A client.
This will take a moment to draw, sir.
But only a moment. Mrs. Hudson is a mistress of the art of firelighting. This is my intimate friend and associate, Dr. Watson, before whom you may speak as freely as before myself.
How do you do?
Mrs. Hudson, do you think you could bring this young lady a hot cup of coffee? For I observe you are shivering.
It is not cold which makes me shiver.
What then?
It is fear, Mr. Holmes. It is terror.
No, you must not fear. We shall set matters right, have no doubt. You have come by train, I see, this morning.
You know me, then?
No, but I observe the second half of a return ticket in the palm of your left glove. You started early, but you had a drive in a dog cart along heavy roads before you reached the station. But there's no mystery, my dear lady. The left arm of your jacket is spattered with mud in no less than 7 places. The marks are fresh. There is no vehicle, save a dog cart, which throws up mud in that particular way. And then only when you sit on the left-hand side of the driver.
You are perfectly correct. Sir, I can stand the strain no longer. I shall go mad if it continues. I have heard of you from Mrs. Farintosh, whom you helped in the hour of her sore need.
Farintosh.
My dear Helen, it is difficult for me to advise you since you present so few facts, but I know you to be a sensible girl not prone to hysterics. As one of your poor dear mother's oldest friends, I can only suggest that if your fears persist, you should contact Mr. Sherlock Holmes at 221B, Baker Street.
Farintosh, oh yes, I do remember the case. It concerned an opal tiara. I think it was before your time, Watson. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Sir, do you not think you could help me too? At present it is out of my power to reward you, but in a few weeks I shall be married with control of my own income.
I shall be happy to devote the same care to your case as to that of your friend. As for reward, my profession is its own reward. But you are at liberty to defray whatever expenses I may be put to at the time which suits you best. And now, I beg you, lay everything before us which may help us form an opinion upon this matter.
My name is Helen Stoner. I live with my stepfather, Dr. Grimsby Roylott, who is the last survivor of one of the oldest Saxon families in England.
The Roylotts of Stoke Moran, the name is familiar to me.
He is a doctor by profession, a skilled one. For some years he had a large and flourishing practice in India, in Calcutta.
Ah. Dr. Watson. has also practiced medicine in India.
Yes. Attached to the 5th Northumberland Fusiliers. And pray continue, Miss Stoner.
In Calcutta, he married my mother. She was the young widow of Major General Stoner of the Bengal Artillery. I was only 2 at the time of Mother's remarriage, and my sister, Julia, was 5 years older. Our mother had a considerable sum of money, not less than 1,000 a year, and this she bequeathed to Dr. Roylott entirely while we resided with him.
Forgive me, your mother has passed on?
Shortly after our return to England, she was killed in a railway accident near Crewe. My stepfather then abandoned his attempts to establish himself in practice in London and took us to live in his ancestral home at Stoke Moran.
But the money your mother left you was enough for all your wants, so that was no obstacle to your happiness.
A terrible change came over my stepfather. Instead of making friends and exchanging visits with our neighbours, who at first were overjoyed to see a Roylott back in the family seat, he shut himself up in the house and indulged in ferocious quarrels. At times it was, and still is, hard to keep him out of the police courts. He's become the terror of the village.
Does he permit any visitors?
None. Save my fiancée and some wandering gypsies.
Gypsies?
Vagabonds, whom he has given leave to encamp on his land. Sometimes he goes away with them for days at a time. You can imagine from what I'm saying that my poor sister Julia and I had no great pleasure in our lives. No servant would stay long, so we did all the work of the house. She was but 30 when I lost her. But already her hair had begun to whiten, even as mine has.
Your sister's dead?
Just 2 years ago. It is of that I wish to talk to you.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, no.
What's this? What?
Living the life we did, we were little likely to see anyone of our own age and position. But we were occasionally allowed short visits. 2 years ago, Julia met a half-pay major of Marines to whom she became engaged.
Your stepfather approved of the match?
He raised no objection at all. But a fortnight before the wedding, the terrible event occurred which deprived me of my only companion.
Pray, be precise as to details.
It is easy. Every event of that night is seared into my memory. It was late, about 11. Julia had come into my room.
Smoking those awful cigars again.
Perhaps you should have this room until the wedding.
Oh, Helen. Oh, I feel so happy. And yet wretched that I'm leaving you here alone.
My turn will come.
I shall miss you.
You won't. I'll come and stay. Besides, your major has promised to find me a brother officer of equal rank and infinitely better looking. My darling, what is the matter?
Helen, have you ever heard anyone whistle in the dead of night? I suppose you couldn't possibly whistle yourself in your sleep.
Certainly not. Why?
The last few nights, always about 3 in the morning, I've been woken by a low, clear whistle. I can't tell where it's coming from. I thought you might have heard it.
I sleep more heavily than you. It was probably those wretched gypsies.
Was it your custom always to lock yourself in at night?
Always. My stepfather has a passion for Indian animals. A leopard and a baboon wander freely over the grounds. Julia and I had no feelings of security unless our doors and windows were locked. I couldn't sleep. I had a vague feeling of misfortune. Julia!
Please help me!
Speckled band.
I can't bother. No! Leave me here, Julia. Please,
Go back to your room, child. I'll deal with this.
I am sorry, gentlemen. My sister and I were very close.
Yes, indeed. What an awful experience. And you've no idea what might have caused...
This whistle and a metallic sound, you can swear to it?
It was my strong impression. I may possibly have been deceived.
Was your sister dressed?
No, she was in her nightdress. On the floor there was a candle and the charred stump of a match.
Which means something must have woken her up, and she struck a light to see what the matter was.
What conclusions did the coroner come to?
He investigated the case with great care, but he was unable to find any satisfactory cause of death.
And your evidence would have shown that the door was fastened on the inner side, the windows blocked by shutters, secured every night. It is certain, therefore, that your sister was alone when she met her end.
Yes. Besides, there were no marks of violence upon her.
What about poison?
The doctors examined her for it without success.
What do you think this unfortunate lady died of, then?
It's my belief that she died of pure fear and nervous shock. Though what it was which frightened her, I cannot imagine.
What do you gather from the allusion to a band, a speckled band?
Delirium.
Or some band of people. The gypsies at the plantation, the spotted handkerchiefs they wear around their necks.
These are very deep waters. What happened after your sister's death?
My life was lonelier than ever. Until a month ago, when a dear friend of mine, whom I've known for many years, did me the honor to ask for my hand in marriage. His name is Mr. Percy Armitage.
And you are to be married within a few weeks. So what prompted you to come here when your life seems set so fair?
Yesterday, some repairs were started and my bedroom wall was pierced, so that last night I was forced to move into the chamber in which Julia died, to sleep in the very bed in which she slept. Imagine my terror when I was awoken by the same low whistle which had been the herald of her own death.
You lit a lamp.
Yes, but nothing was to be seen. I was too shaken to sleep. I dressed and slipped out of the house. I got a dog cart at the Crown Inn and came to London with the one object of asking your advice.
You did wisely. But have you told me all?
Yes.
You have not, Miss Stoner. You are shielding your stepfather.
He is a hard man, but he's still the only father I have known.
I'd say it was time for some breakfast.
But there are 1,000 details I desire to know before I decide on a course of action. If we were to come to Stoke Moran today, could we see over these rooms without the knowledge of your stepfather?
As it happens, he spoke of coming to town today on some business.
And the workmen?
I have seen none. We have a woman who comes to clean from the village, but only in the morning. There should be nothing to disturb you.
Excellent, Watson. You're not averse to this trip?
By no means.
Then we will be with you in the early afternoon.
I shall be there for your arrival.
You'll stay for some breakfast, surely.
Thank you, no. My heart is lightened already.
Ah, Mrs. Hudson. Thank you. But when you combine the ideas of whistles at night, the presence of a band of gypsies on intimate terms with the doctor, the dying allusion to a speckled band, well, there's good ground to believe that the mystery may be cleared along those lines.
Which one of you is Holmes?
My name, sir. But you have the advantage of me.
I am Dr. Grimsby Roylott of Stoke Moran.
Indeed, Doctor. Please take a seat.
I shall do nothing of the kind. I know that my stepdaughter has been here this morning. What has she been saying to you?
It is a little cold for the time of year.
What has she been saying to you?
But I have heard that the crops promise well.
Ah, you put me off, do you? You scoundrel, sir. I've heard of you before. You're Holmes the meddler, Holmes the busybody, Holmes the Scotland Yard Jack in office.
Your conversation really is most entertaining. If you would close the door on your way out, as there is a decided draft.
I will go when I've had my say. And don't you dare to interfere in my affairs. I know that Miss Stoner has been here. I am a dangerous man to fall foul of.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Just another client. What a very amiable person. I may not be quite so bulky, but... Fancy his having the insolence to confound me with the official detective force. This incident gives zest to our investigation.
I only hope our friend won't suffer from her imprudence in allowing that brute to trace her here.
One thought keeps nagging at me, Watson. Roylott's professional life in India. If it was so successful, why would he exchange it for a life of aristocratic penury?
My friend Coombs would know. Coombs was in Calcutta around that time.
Find your friend Coombs and see what you can get from him. I shall walk down to Doctors' Commons, where I hope to get some data which may help us in this matter. Let us meet again at 1 under the clock at Waterloo Station. That is, if you've finished your breakfast by then. Oh, and your revolver. I would be obliged if you would slip it into your pocket. Neely number 2 is an excellent argument against gentlemen who can twist steel pokers into knots. That and your toothbrush are, I think, all we need. I've seen the will of the deceased wife. Her annual income at the time of her death was a little short of £1,100. But due to the fall in agricultural prices, it is now no more than £750. Each girl, in case of marriage, could claim £250. So if both girls had married, our beauty, Grimsby Roylott, would have had a mere pittance.
And even one marriage would ruin him.
He had the strongest possible motive. Oh, did you manage to find Coombs?
Yes, I did. He proved rather hard to locate, but I finally managed to get him through Swanson at Barts. He did know Roylott in Calcutta, confirmed what the girl had said, and added one intriguing fact. Now, it seems that a series of robberies had been perpetrated in his house, and suspicion fell on his native butler. Roylott promptly seized the man and, in a fit of anger, beat the poor fellow to death. Narrowly escaped a capital sentence, but suffered a long term of imprisonment and returned to this country a morose and disappointed man.
Ah, Watson. It's a wicked world. And when a clever man turns his brain to crime, it's the worst of all.
On holiday, are you, gentlemen?
No, we're architects. Taking a look at some of the local houses.
Ah, that's why you wanted Stoke Moran. I didn't think it was for social reasons. You'll be doing business with Dr. Roylott, then?
Yes, I believe that was the name.
If you don't mind a word of warning, you want to take care with him, sir. There are some round these parts say he's not right in the head.
Really?
Only yesterday, Mr. Thorne of the blacksmiths had a most nasty experience with the doctor because of those thieving gypsies who are camped in the grounds.
Oh, yes, we've heard about the gypsies and the leopard.
The story goes the doctor threw Mr. Thorne in the stream in a fit of uncontrollable temper. And old Thorne, he's not a small man.
Good Lord. Is he bringing a charge of assault?
He was going to. But Miss Stoner, the doctor's young stepdaughter, paid him some of her own money to keep it quiet. Well, that's what I heard.
Well, I never. Do you hear that, Holmes? The more I see and hear of that young lady, the more my admiration increases. Young woman of commendable spirit.
You can pull up here, driver. Who do you mean, dear fellow?
Well, Miss Stoner, of course. Most admirable. Ah, Miss Stoner.
We were yesterday.
All has turned out splendidly. Dr. Roylott has gone to London and he won't be back before the evening.
But we have already had the pleasure of Dr. Roylott's acquaintance.
Good heavens, he followed me.
Yes, he turned up just after you left, but Holmes sent him off with a flea in his ear.
He's so cunning, I never know when I'm safe from him.
Well, then he must guard himself. Or he may find someone more cunning than himself upon his track. Shall we?
Holmes, don't you think we ought to get Miss Stoner away from here tonight?
What, an aroused suspicion?
But if he's violent...
We shall be here. So, this is Dr. Royler's room. This formerly your sister's. And this your room?
Yes, but I'm now sleeping in this one.
Ah, pending the alterations.
Miss Stoner, may I ask something? That's unusual, isn't it? Bedrooms on the ground floor?
The bedrooms were moved downstairs when so much of the house fell into decay.
Oh, yes, of course. How sad.
There seems little need for repairs to this end of the house.
There are none. I believe it was an excuse to move me from my room.
Ah, that is suggestive. Now, Miss Stoner, would you be so kind as to go into the room in which you are now sleeping and bolt the shutters? What are you doing, Watson?
Well, I'm using your methods, Holmes, seeing whether the ground has been disturbed.
What have you come up with?
Your footprints, I believe. And mine and Miss Stoner's. And this.
No one could pass these if they were bolted. Well, let's see if the inside throws any light on the matter. Ah. Where does that bell communicate with?
It goes to the housekeeper's room.
It looks newer than the other things.
Yes, it was only put there a couple of years ago.
Ah, your sister asked for it.
I never heard of her using it. We used to get what we wanted for ourselves.
Indeed. You will excuse me while I satisfy myself as to this floor.
It doesn't ring.
It's very strange. A ventilator into another room.
You mean when it might have communicated with the outside air?
That is also quite modern.
Indeed. Miss Stoner, with your permission, we will now carry our research to Dr. Royler's chamber. What's in here?
My stepfather's business papers.
Ah, you've seen inside it, then?
Only once. Some years ago. I remember it was full of papers.
Is there a cat in there?
No. What a strange idea.
Well, look at this.
No, we don't keep a cat.
Ah, well. A leopard is a large cat, after all.
Yes, but a saucer of milk wouldn't go far in satisfying a leopard. Leopard is kept on a leash, is it?
This sort of leash, Watson? What do you make of it?
Well, it's a common enough dog leash, but I don't know why it should be tied.
We have no dog.
Thank you, Miss Stoner. I have seen enough.
I was going to ask if you'd like some tea.
Miss Stoner, it is very essential that you absolutely follow my advice in every respect. Your life may depend on it.
I assure you that I'm in your hands.
Now, in the first place, on the way here, we passed a small cottage.
The shell house?
Would the windows of your sister's room be visible from there?
Yes.
You are sure?
Yes.
Then we shall make it our base.
Some refreshment.
Oh, we shall have dined, shan't we, Holmes?
Is there a village inn?
The Crown.
Oh, good. Thank you all the same.
Now, Miss Stoner, when your stepfather returns, you must confine yourself in your room on pretense of a headache. Then, when you hear your stepfather retire for the night, you must go to the windows, undo the hasp, open the shutters, and leave your lamp on the windowsill as a signal to us. Then withdraw with anything you may want for the night to your old room. I've no doubt that in spite of the repairs, you could manage there for one night.
Oh, yes, of course.
And now we must leave. If Dr. Roylott should return and find us here, our journey would be in vain.
I believe, Mr. Holmes, that you've already made up your mind. For pity's sake, tell me the cause of my sister's death.
Be brave. If you do as I have told you, rest assured we shall soon drive away the dangers that threaten you. Yes, it is a clear view.
You expecting this to take all night, Holmes?
It's possible. Anything is possible. When a doctor goes wrong, he's the first of criminals. He has nerve. He has knowledge. Palmer and Pritchard were among the heads of their profession. This man strikes even deeper. I really have some scruples taking you tonight. There's a distinct element of danger.
If I can be of assistance.
It's very kind of you.
You evidently saw more in those rooms than was visible to me, Holmes.
But I probably deduced a little more. Do you remember Miss Stoner said that her sister could smell Dr. Roylott's cigar?
Well?
The ventilator. A ventilator maid. A cord hung. And a woman who lies in the bed dies.
I can't see any connection.
Did you notice anything peculiar about the bed? It was clamped to the floor. Could not be moved. Had to remain in the same relative position to the ventilator and the rope, for so we may call it, since it was clearly never made for a bell pull.
I begin to see dimly what you're driving at. We're only just in time to prevent some subtle and horrible crime.
Have a look at that. Yep. Good night.
Did you have a good day?
Not without interest. Where did you get to this morning?
I decided to go to town too. I had some shopping to do for the wedding.
You knew I was going up. We might have traveled together.
I left early.
Yes, I know you did.
So that I should be back by lunchtime. I had some things to do here this afternoon. My trip was a whim.
You always were a good little liar.
Will you excuse me? I have a terrible headache.
Holmes the meddler. Holmes the busybody. Holmes the Scotland Yard Jack in office.
The signal. It's the baboon. This is a nice household. must sit without light. Your very life may depend on it. You see it, Watson! You see it! What can it mean? It means that it's over. And perhaps for the best. Come, Watson. Bring your pistol. It's the band, the speckled band. It is a swamp adder, the deadliest snake in India. He has died within seconds of being bitten. Violence does, in truth, recoil upon the violent. And the schemer falls into the pit which he digs for another. The idea of a snake occurred to me when I coupled it with the knowledge that the doctor was furnished with a supply of creatures from India.
A form of poison.
Rapid and lethal.
Which couldn't possibly be discovered by any chemical test.
It might or might not bite the occupant of the bed. She might escape every night for a week, but sooner or later, she must fall a victim.
Oh, my poor Julia.
The doctor had trained the snake, probably with the milk to return at the sound of a whistle. The very whistle which you and your late sister heard. My inspection of the chair in Dr. Roylett's room had shown that he had been in the habit of standing upon it to reach the ventilator. Last night, when I attacked the snake and drove it back through the ventilator, I roused its snakish temper, causing it to turn upon the next person that it saw.
Dr. Grimmersby Roylott. So you, Holmes, were indirectly responsible for his death.
I cannot say that it is likely to weigh very heavily on my conscience.